ज्ञानमयी ज्योतिर्मयी मरियं तु दयामयी मरियं तु दयामयी मरियं तु दयामयी.
Hi, I'm Jayaraj. Students, the first part I explained, the tsunami, what is it? When it occurred, 2004, December 26, the next day of Christmas. Big celebration throughout the world, next day, big disaster in the world. You must know, approximately 2 lakh people over the world died out of that. Within one day, either by diseases and other things, injuries, and on the spot, altogether, 2 lakh people over the world, including Africa. Such a huge tsunami to us. Such a powerful earthquake to us. Now coming to the second part, there also young girls are the heroines. Let us see. Tilly Smith, a person's name, a British schoolgirl. Tilly Smith, we'll call her Tilly now. Of course, her father's name will be some Smith. We'll find out which Smith it is. Tilly Smith, a British schoolgirl, was able to save many lives when the tsunami struck Phuket beach in Thailand. Now it is not in Andaman. It is in another country called Thailand. Phuket, a place even I had visited, a land of narrow land between two-sided sea with a lot of beautiful beaches. It's in the middle, approximately in the middle of Thailand. It is not disconnecting Thailand two parts. It is a narrow gap between the major part and the minor part of the Thailand. But road, everything is there. But from both sides, you can see the sea. That area is Phuket. Very famous for tourist people to enjoy the sea. All kind of sports, water sports, everything is available. Comparatively costly, but one of the most beautiful places in the world. Though she has won a number of awards, her parents have not allowed their daughter to be interviewed on television and made into a heroine. Why do you think they took that decision? After the tsunami, even before, she had lot of awards with her. But her parents didn't allow any kind of interviews to the television. If it would have been interviewed, she would have become a very famous person, a heroine, something like that. But her father didn't allow. What is the reason? We will get from the report what we are going to read in the coming slide. A story from Thailand. The Smith family from Southeast England were celebrating Christmas at a beach resort in southern Thailand. Tilly Smith was a 10-year-old schoolgirl. Her sister was 7-year-old. Their parents were Penny and Colin Smith. Penny is the father and Colin is mother. Penny Smith is father and Colin Smith is mother. She had another sister of 7-year-old. Don't think that Tilly is too old. She is just 10-year-old. Now coming to the next. It was 26 December 2004. Deadly tsunami waves were already on their way. They had been triggered by a massive earthquake of the northern Sumatra earlier that morning. Sumatra is a place in Indonesia. A famous town in Indonesia is Sumatra. So in Sumatra, it was informed that there was a severe earthquake, so many buildings end up collapsed, that too in the bottom of the sea. And it was very severe, so everyone was expecting tsunami waves there. But this family or this area, no one was expecting that tsunami will come and hit in Thailand. The water was swelling. Triggered, I gave the meaning, activated or started. The water was swelling. You know, when something is hitting on a head or hand strongly, you get a swelling. What is swelling means? A abnormal enlargement. Slowly you are becoming fat, that is not swelling. But all of a sudden some part of your body by hitting somewhere, if it is enlarging, it is called swelling. The water was swelling, the sea water was swelling and kept coming in. Penny Smith remembered. Her father is remembering when this report was written. The beach was getting smaller and smaller. The beach width was getting smaller, mean the water was coming up and covering the beach slowly. The beach was getting smaller and smaller. I didn't know what was happening. Her father didn't know what was happening. He only saw that water is coming up and the beach is becoming smaller. But Tilly's Miss sent, the 10-year-old girl, sensed that something was wrong. Her mind kept going back to a geography lesson. This is what is your teachers are telling. Apply your knowledge. Learning geography is not enough. Applying that in your life is important. When to apply, nobody can see. For example, when you are in the home and taking bath, to save water everybody says. But how to save? You have to think. Same way here you see. Tilly Smith, a 10-year-old girl. What is happening? She sensed. Her father couldn't understand what is happening. The sea water was rising up, the beach was becoming short. But she sensed something and her memories went on to the geography lesson. A 10-year-old girl. Lesson she had taken in England just 2 weeks before she flew out to Thailand with her family. Tilly saw the sea slowly rise and start to form bubble and form whirlpools. What are whirlpools? A quickly rotating mass of water. To understand that, take a bucket of water, put a hand and simply rotate it and leave it. You can see the water will rotate. And you can see the center will go down with a hollow section. That is called a whirlpool. It can happen in the air, it can happen in any kind of liquids. Tilly saw the sea slowly rise and start to form bubble and form whirlpool. She remembered that she had seen this in class in a video of tsunami that had hit the Hawaiian island in 1946. Her geography teacher has shown some slide or videos of 1946 tsunami which hit the Hawaii, an island in American area. Atlantic Ocean it belongs to. In that area there is an island called Hawaii. There in 1946 there was a tsunami. Some old videos of that was shown to her by the geography teacher. She remembered that. From there she started thinking. I underlined one sentence here. Why? You can see prepositions. Preposition in is repeatedly used. Always whenever you are using prepositions, you get confused. The location is given such a way that can we repeatedly use or not. This particular sentence shows that. See that? She remembered that she had seen this in class in a video of tsunami that had hit the Hawaiian island in 1946. Coming to the next. Her geography teacher had shown her class the video and told them that tsunamis can be caused by earthquakes, volcanoes and landslide. The reason how the tsunami can occur. Tilly started to scream at her family to get off the beach. By remembering all these things, Tilly started shouting, get off the beach, get off the beach. Her father noticed only one thing. What was that? The water is rising, the beach is becoming narrow. But now what she is doing? She started shouting, get off the beach, run away. She talked about an earthquake under the sea. She got more and more hysterical, said her mother Penny. I didn't know what a tsunami was, but seeing my daughter so frightened, I thought something serious must be going on. Her mother is giving a report, telling that, I don't know what was happening. I didn't know. But she was becoming hysterical. What do you mean by hysterical? Affected by uncontrolled emotion. She was not able to control. She is telling, off the beach, run. Why? Nothing is explained. She is simply telling, please run away, and started crying. She started running, she told other people to run. Off the beach, because her mind started telling, under the sea somewhere earthquake occurred and the tsunami is going to come. That is where the water is rising up. Tilly's parents took her and her sister away from the beach to the swimming pool at a hotel. A number of other tourists also left the beach with them. Then it was as if the entire sea had come out after them. I was screaming, run. After hearing this girl was telling something about tsunami and all, they started running. They listened to that girl. They reached the hotel. By the time they reached the hotel, behind them came the entire sea. Her father is telling that. It is not the entire sea, very huge wave. These videos became very famous in the YouTube. Even now, some scenes are available. The family took the refuge in the third floor of the hotel. The building withstood the surge of the 3 tsunami waves. There were 3 tsunami waves, one after one. And the complete family ran up to the third floor. The bottom floor was completely filled with water. But many of them escaped. They all ran into that second and third, fourth floor they ran. And so the complete sea is coming 1, 2, 3 times. And somehow the force of the wave could be withstood by the building. The building was strong enough. Otherwise the complete building would have been broken and washed away. If they had stayed on the beach, they would not have been alive. The Smith later met other tourists who had lost entire family. Thanks to Tilly and her geography lesson, they had been forward. Tilly went back to her school in England and told her the classmate her terrifying tale. Tale means short stories. A story that is to be told with emotion. It can be funny, it can be sad, it can be happiness, something. Whenever you are telling a tale, you must show some emotion. Such a short stories are basically called tale. Imagine 10-year-old girl. Her sense of learning geography saved more than 200 people that day as per the report that time. In the newspapers it came. Her name was not given that time, but one girl saved approximately 200 people by making them to run away from there, and they got the refuge in a very big hotel on the third floor, and the bottom part of the hotel also was completely flooded for half an hour. It was completely filled with dirty water from the sea, because it is not a fresh water, something mixed up with everything. Pictures and videos came later, and she became so famous. But her father didn't allow any interview afterwards, because he felt she did a big thing. It is because of the God's grace that she could do it, and it is not a thing to be becoming a hero or a heroine. She was not acting, she was living the life. So in that way, let her be doing the good thing, but there is no need to become a heroine by saving somebody's life by luck. So her father said it's a good thing, but there is no need to explain much. It is a sad thing that many others lost their life. That is why he didn't allow her to be interviewed by the TV channels, because it was all of a sudden. Even he couldn't understand, his wife couldn't understand, other tourists. By seeing Tilly becoming hysterical, totally in an emotional way she was acting, they ran. But by the time they were saved, behind came the huge waves. Not one after one, 3. Many people's life was saved. So he said, saved, they are happy, I am happy. No need to interview. I think you are getting. You see this in this part. In Thailand, a girl could save 200 people. In the first part, most of them lost the family member. Second part, many of them are saved by one girl. Is that clear now? We'll go to the third part in the next video. Bye-bye.